Right. Well, evening all. Okay, I'll start the evening then with this is a military ballad. It's called The Rout of the Blues. The Blues were a light cavalry regiment, and a rout means that they're being called together to go abroad to fight, and this song tells about all the various people that are going to go along with them. As I crossed over Salisbury Plain, such a dainty fine sight I beheld. The lasses all tying and tearing their hair, the routages come for the blues, the routages come for the blues. Then each one unto her mother did run. Heart is undone, it is true. I'll pack up me bags without more delay. Boldly I'll march with the blues, and boldly I'll march with the blues. Landlady walks hand in hand, so do them pretty girls too, and each of them drinks from a bottle of gin, to drink a good health to the blues, to drink a good health to the blues. Our ship she is rigged and we all set sail, how sweetly the French horn blows too, and each of us gives a loud huzzah. Success to King George and his blues, success to King George and his blues. Such jolly young fellows that e'er you should meet, though you search bonny Britain all through. When dressed in his Majesty's suit you'll agree, there's none to compare with the blues, there's none to compare with the blues. As I crossed over Salisbury Plain, such a dainty fine sight I beheld. The lasses all crying and tearing their hair, the routages come for the blues, the routages come for the blues. blues.
Lovely, lovely. It's the streets of Laredo.
Oh yeah, I suppose it is.
It's older than the streets of Laredo,
I'm
though.
going to say I never thought of that. There's,
Lovely start to the evening, Mick. Thanks for that. Okay, it's time now for David Jones, and after David, could we have Riggy Rackin?
Okay, I'm not sure if I've sung this before. But anyway, this was a song written by Shelley Posen. Shelley Posen's one of that trio, the finest kind, a superb trio. And it was written about the condition of the fishing. I guess it was just back in the 90s in Newfoundland when things were looking very rough. I think it's prospering now. And you recognize the tune. The tune is Old 100. Out along the harbour reach, boats stand, sorry. Out along the harbour reach, boats stand dried up on the beach, ghost-like in the early dawn. Empty now, the fish are gone. What will become of people now? Try to build a life somehow. Hard times are here again. No more fish, no fishermen. No more shoppers in the stores, since the fish plant closed its doors. Men who walked a trawler's deck now line up for welfare checks. There's big for sale signs everywhere, pockets empty, cupboards bare. See it on the news at 10. No more fish, no fishermen. Once from Ship Cove to Cape Race, Port O'Basque to Harbour Grace, Newfoundlanders fished for cod, owing merchants trusting God. They filled their dories twice a day. They fished their poor sweet lives away. They could not imagine then. No more fish, no fishermen. Back before the Second War, we could catch our fish inshore. Boats were small and gear was rough. We caught fish, but left enough. But now there's no more fish because the trawler fleets took all there was. We could see it coming then. No more fish, no fishermen. Farewell now to stage and flake. Get out for the children's sake. Leave all friends and kin behind. Take whatever job you find. There's some that say things ain't so black. They say the fish will all come back. But who'll be here to catch them then? No more fish, no fishermen.
Well sung.
Oh, beautiful, David.
I guess pessimists and the optimists in the last verse were right in the end.
Nicely done, David. Okay, Next we have, I've written down Saint Riggy Rackin, but I think that's because I started writing down Steve first and corrected myself. So it's Saint Riggy followed by Steve Andisaw, please.
I have a habit on Facebook when it's somebody's birthday, somebody's typing really loudly. I think it's Sheila.
Sorry, I did.
Okay, there we go. Now we don't have that. So on Facebook, when people's birthday comes up, I hate to say, oh, happy birthday. So I try to find a medieval picture of a saint, and I found one that was Saint Richard this week that I had never known about, and it was a very nice image. So I was very glad to post that on somebody's birthday. Here's a little song popular here among the Irish people, particularly, you know, the capital of Ireland is Liverpool. At the Liverpool docks at the break of the day, I saw a flash packet bound westward away. They were bound for the west where the wild waters flow. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. Bound away, through the ice, sleet and snow. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. And now we are waiting in the Mersey so deep, awaiting our tug for to tow us to sea. We'll round the rock light where the wild waters flow. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. Bound away, through the ice, sleet and snow. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. And now we are sailing through the wild Irish sea. Our passengers are merry and their hearts full of glee. Our sailors like tigers, they walk to and fro. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. Bound away, through the ice, sleet and snow. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. And now we are off the banks of Newfoundland, where the water's all fishes and the bottom's all sand. The fishes, they sing as they swim to and fro. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. Bound away, through the ice, sleet and snow. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. And now we're arriving in old New York town. We're bound for the Bowery to let sorrows drown. With our girls and our beer boys, we'll let the song flow. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. Bound away, through the ice, sleet and snow. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go.
Yay.
Thank you, Riggy. Always good to have a chorus to join in on. Okay, Steve Andisaw now, followed by Bob Wakeling, please.
Well, here's a little song I wrote about changing attitudes. So if you don't like the opinion that's voiced in the first half of the song, then you will like the opinion that's voiced in the second half of the song, and vice versa. One fine day, my true love said to me, oh, would I like to raise a little family of one or more, or even 2.4, or 8 or 9, if I could spare the time. Babies, babies, oh me God be jabies, I think I would rather catch a dose of rabies, tonsillitis, VD urethritis, baby 0 children, we must draw the line. It feels much naturaler to remain a bachelor, I think I'd rather do that than become a father. Don't like nappies or little baby crappies, I don't want a kid not for 10,000 quid. Babies smell and they wet on you as well, and they never use the loo when they do their number 2s. If you want to go visit the pub, you need a babysitter, a qualified childminder before you can have a pint of bitter, darling dear. No wait, no fear, rightly, wrongly, I cannot press the point too strongly. No, 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 51,000 times so. No, I said, look, I'm shaking my head. Babe, no way, doesn't matter what you say, not tomorrow, not today, for the answer will be nay. I would have you to believe the answer's in the negative. I shan't, I can't, because I just don't want. But oh me soul, how true love's took its toll. We soon were married, though we were still on the dole, and 1 month after, with lots of love and laughter, we'd a little baby for to cuddle and hold. And when the child was born, and I saw me little son, the spitting image of me, just as handsome as can be, not a monster after all, but just like me, only small, little Steve without a beard, nothing like what I'd feared. And babes are lovely, really heaven abovely. I like babies, take him round to show the neighbours. Here's our junior, growing up and soon you'll be a big lad as handsome as your dad. Proud I am, walking round pushing a pram. I'm contented, smug and happy, washing pals and mucky nappies. Babes are so adorable. Can we have some more of them? I want more, I want the other 1.4. Thank you.
Yay!
What a great advertisement.
Wonderful stuff, Steve. Yeah, great. Okay, so it's up to Bob Wakeling to follow that, and after Bob, let's hear from David Kidman. Can't hear you, Bob. You'll need to unmute.
Come back, is that okay?
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, I was just saying you need something gruesome after that. So I've got a very short ballad. This is Jean Ritchie's version, Jean Ritchie from Kentucky, her version of Edward. How come the blood on your shirt? So that's going to be too high. How come the blood on your shirt sleeve? Oh, dear love, tell me. Oh, that is the blood of our grey mare that ploughs the seas for me, me. That ploughs the seas for me. That does look too pale for our grey mare that ploughs the field for thee. That ploughs the fields for thee. How come that blood on your shirt sleeve? Oh, dear Lord, tell me. Oh, it is the blood of our greyhound that chased the fox for me. That chased the fox for me.
Thou dost look too pale for our greyhound, I chase the fox for thee, thee. I chase the fox for thee. What's that blood on your shirt sleeve? Oh dear Lord, tell me. Oh, it is the blood of my brother-in-law that went away with me. That went away with me. And what will you do now, my love? Oh, dear Lord, tell me. I'll put my foot on yonder ship, and I'll sail across the sea. I'll sail across the sea. And when will you come back again? Oh, dear Lord, tell me. When the moon shines yonder in the sycamore tree, and that will never be. And that will never be. Thank you.
You're in good voice tonight, Bob. Thanks for that. Okay, over now to David Kidman, followed by Kate Portal.
Hi. Yes, quick change of what I was going to sing. That was fabulous, Bob. Really, really like that. Great version. It's June, so it has to be this one before anybody else sings it. Here's the rosebud in June, and the violets in full bloom, and the small birds are singing on every green spray. Here's the pink and the lily, and the daffodilly, waiting to adorn and perfume the sweet meadows in June, and it's all to plough when the fat oxen graze low, and the lads and the lasses to the sheep shearing go. Now when we have all sheared our jolly sheep, what joy shall be greater than to talk of their increase? We'll pipe and we'll sing, love, we'll dance in a ring, love, when each lad takes his lass all on the green grass, and it's all to plough when the fat oxen graze low, and the lads and the lasses to the sheep shearing go. Here's the ewes and the lambs, here's the hogs and the rams, the fat wethers too, they will make a fine show. We'll pipe and we'll sing, love, we'll dance in a ring, love, when each lad takes his lass all on the green grass, and it's all to plough. The fat oxen graze low, and the lads and the lasses to the sheep shearing go. For their flesh it is good, it's the best of all the food, and their wool it will clothe us, keep our backs from the cold. We'll pipe and we'll sing, love, we'll dance in a ring, love, when each lad takes his lass, all on the green grass. And it's all to plough, when the fat oxen graze low, and the lads and the lasses to the sheep shearing go. Now our clean milking pails, and they are filled with good ale, and at the table there's plenty of cheer to be found. We'll pipe and we'll sing, love, we'll dance in a ring, love, when each lad takes his lass, all on the green grass. And it's all to plough, when the fat oxen graze low, and the lads and the lasses to the sheep shearing go. Now the sheep shearing's over, and harvest does draw nigh. We'll prepare for the fields, our strength for to try. We'll reap and we'll mow, we'll plough and we'll sow, to adorn and perfume the sweet meadows in June. And it's all to plough, when the fat oxen graze low, and the lads and the lasses to the sheep shearing go.
Joyous.
Really good.
Thank you, Stacey.
Well done, Stacey, and well done, David. Although apologies to any vegans who may be attending this evening. Okay, over now to Cape Portal, and after Cape Portal, could we have Charles West, please?
Well, you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, can do.
Good. Well, the funny thing was, David, I'd prepared that song as well, but I don't know nearly enough verses, and I thought it was a lovely version. So
Cheers, Kate.
that's what I prepared to do tonight. However, people have heard me sing this many times before. Let's hope I can just sing it off the top of my head. Okay. There was once a maiden, she lived all alone. She lived all alone on the shore. She had not thought to find for to comfort her mind, so she roamed all alone on the shore, shore, shore. So she roamed all alone on the shore. There was a sea captain who sailed the salt seas. Let the winds blow high and blow low. Oh, I'll die, oh, I'll die, the young captain did cry, if I can't get that maid on the shore, shore, shore. If I can't get that maid on the shore. So Divide, the young captain did cry, if they'll bring me that maid on the shore, 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 if they'll bring me that maid on the shore, 'cause it was gold and silver. So with long persuasion they got her on board. Let the winds blow high and low, and he took her down to his cabin below. Here's adieu to all sorrow and care, care, care. Here's adieu to all sorrow and care. The night being so calm and the sea being so still, let the winds blow high and blow low. She's so neat and complete, she's so charming and sweet, she sang captain and sailors to sleep, sleep, sleep. She sang captain and sailors to sleep. Then she's robbed them of silver, she's robbed them of gold, she's robbed them of costly wear. And she used his broadsword for to make her an oar, and she rowed herself back to the shore, 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 and she rowed herself back to the shore. Oh, were my men stupid, or were my men drunk, or were they just deep in despair? Oh, for to let you away with your beauty so gay, and to romance again on the shore, 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 and to romance again on the shore. Your men were not stupid, your men were not drunk, but they were all deep in despair. I deluded your sailors as well as yourself. I'm a maiden once more on the shore, shore, shore. I'm a maiden once more on the shore.
An old one, but a good one, Kate. Thanks very much. And you probably missed all the dreadful puns in the chat, but there is one from David in response to you saying you were going to sing the sheep song tonight, saying clearly I just missed you, I just beat you to it. Ha ha ha. I won't share the others, it's just painful. Anyway, over now to Charles West and then Tim Radford, please.
Oh, thanks, Amanda. I'm going to go back to about the time I graduated from high school, as I usually do. And in those days, we had the British invasion, and it was headed up by a group, and I'm sure you'll recognize this song as soon as I start to play it. It's been played here before, but this is the version by the Animals. Tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's on drunk. So mothers, tell your children, don't do what I have done. Don't spend your life in sin, misery, in the house of the rising sun. I got one foot on the platform, got the other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boys and God, I know I'm one.
Oh,
Lovely, Charles. So we're getting lots of variety this evening. That was another part of one of the ingredients. So great. Okay, over now to Tim Radford, and let's have something from John White.
Good evening, everyone. Just to prove that I don't just sing songs I've been singing for 40 plus years, I'm going to sing what my friend Bonnie Milner would say, the newest song from my quiver. It's a song about a part of London that no longer exists and is less than 2 miles from Cecil Sharp House. It's called either The River Don't Run or By the River. I was born on Paradise Row, Acre Town, 1844. I fell in love with Eliza Brown. Her father ran the bar next door. And we went walking by the river. She said she'd marry me for sure. We went walking by the river. But the river don't run no more. No, the river don't run no more. I'm going to drop that. My house came down 1864. The 2 small rooms that I grown up in to build the Midland Line from St. Pancras Station up to some place I'd never been. And we went walking by the river. She said she'd marry me for sure. We went walking by the river, but the river don't run no more. No, the river don't run no more. You'll not find Agate Town on any map. Now it's all smoke and steel and din. And Eliza's dad took a labouring job, and oh, she went then away with him. And we went walking by the river. She said she'd marry me for sure. We went walking by the river, but the river don't run no more. Oh, the river don't run no more. I came back 1888 to try and find old Paradise Row, and Eliza Brown with a tear in her eye, she said I never wanted to go. And we went walking by the river. She said she'd marry me for sure. We went walking by the river, but the river don't run no more. Oh, the river don't run no more. By the river. With a cough.
Yay.
Lovely despite the cough, Tim. Okay, time now for John White, and after John, let's have another Sharps regular in the form of Clive Woolf. Can't hear you yet, John. I think we need to find you and unmute you. Speak again? Oh, no.
I was saying,
It's you now.
right, this was some dry Yorkshire humour from the one and only Mike Waterson, and some rather clever wordplay as well. It's all about a young man called Young Dick. Young Dick was as honest a labouring lad as ever worked on a farm. He were fond, he did the daftest things, but he never once did no harm. He went up to the farmer's house at 8 o'clock one night. He said, I'm going to courting. Can I borrow a paraffin light tonight? Can I borrow a paraffin light? The farmer slyly winked at him and said in voice so low, going courting with a paraffin light, that's liable to be slow. I courted my missus for 3 long years and never once took a light. I know, said Dick, I've seen you, missus. I'm taking a light tonight. I'm taking a light tonight. Young Dickie was planting potatoes. He was mucking them quite a lot, because the farmer, he had told him they was quite a greedy crop. Just then it started sliding down and lightning filled the sky. So they went up to the farmhouse for a meat and tater pie, a meat and tater pie. Young Dick was given an enormous lump, but with never a sign of meat. The farmer slyly winked at him and said, how do you like your treat? Well, you're right about those potatoes, boss. Their appetites can't be beat. For the crust and the gravy is marvellous. But the tatties as et all me meat, the tatties as et me meat. Young Dickie was scuffling turnips when the oss that he had dropped dead. So the farmer went to market to buy another one in his stead. The one he bought was rather thin, covered all over in mud, but the chap said he was willing enough. He just didn't look too good. He just didn't look too good. Young Dick was scuffling turnips again when the oss rammed into a tree. The farmer swore that he'd been robbed. He's as blind can be. No, you ain't been robbed, said Dick to him. You just misunderstood. 'Cause the chap said he was willing enough. He just didn't look too good. He just didn't look too good. Young Dickie went after another job about 10 miles away. Standing before the farmer's door, he heard the gaffer say, you must work all day, rise rise early dawn, stand with cap in hand. And if you haven't no testimonials, you never will work my land, you never will work my land. Dick had a word with the other lads. Then he went back, cap on head. Standing before the farmer's door, here's the very words he said. I've a bucket of testimonials. They're not very good, it's true. They're greed, bad manners and ignorance. And they all belong to you, they all belong to you. Dickie played the bass trombone in the village temperance band. Marching around in his uniform, he looked so fine and grand. But in half an hour he was shell shocked, thought his time had come, for his left hand, look, was only a foot from the man with the big bass drum, with the man with the big bass drum. A lady who was passing by put a £5 note in the hat. Turning round, she smiled at Dick. Can I choose a hymn for that? You can, says Dick, that's rare enough. Yon's a tidy thumb. And if I was you, the hymn I'd choose is him with the big bass drum, is him with the big bass drum. Young Dick.
Brilliant, John. Brilliant.
Yeah, well sung, John.
That use of the word fond for a long time.
Oh, thank you, John, and hopefully that satisfied the appetite for puns, which has been duly exercised already this evening. Okay, it's over now to Clive, and after Clive, another regular. We're having a run of regulars, so it'll be Clive followed by Martin Nail.
Here we go, he says. Here we go. Da, 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 that'll do. 16 years, Mama, she said, I'd long for to be wed to some clever young man that would comfort me in bed. To some clever young man that would hold me close at night, would take me in his arms and be my heart's delight. Hold your tongue, dear daughter, I'll get for you a sheep. Oh, no, 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 Mama, she said, it would cause me for to weep. To weep, Mama, she said, it's a thing I cannot do. From young and hairy, cracked and crazy, married I'd like to be. Hold your tongue, dear daughter, I'll get for you a cow. Oh, no, 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 Mama, she said, it would cause me for to frown. To frown, Mama, she said, it's a thing I cannot do. From young and hairy, cracked and crazy, married I'd like to be. Hold your tongue, dear daughter, I'll get for you a man. Oh, do, Mama, she said, as soon as ever you can. The sooner the better, Mama, she said, you will get a young man for me. From young and hairy, cracked and crazy, married I'd like to be. End.
Short but sweet, Clive.
Thanks, Clive. I was going to say short but sweet, so I will. Short but sweet, Clive. Okay, so now Martin, when I say regular, I mean people who are regulars at the club in real life. Lots of people who have been coming this year are not regulars in that sense, but anyway, you understand what I mean. So it's Martin followed by Jeanne and Phil.
Yes, I didn't know the collective noun for regulars was a run of regulars, but I've certainly learnt something there. Yes, a song about food cravings in pregnancy. Some people think it's a Christmas carol, but if you do the maths, this is probably about the right time of year to sing it. Now Joseph was an old man, and an old man was he.
and he married Virgin Mary, the Queen of Galilee. And he married Virgin Mary, the Queen of Galilee. Now Joseph and Mary walked in the garden green, where the cherries hung heavy on every limb, where the cherries hung heavy on every limb. Then up spoke young Mary, so meek and so mild, "Pick me some cherries, Joseph, for I am with child. Pick me some cherries, Joseph, for I am with child." Then up spoke old Joseph with his word so unkind, "Let the man gather the cherries that owneth the child. Let the man gather the cherries that owneth the child." Then up spoke young Jesus, all from his mother's womb, "Bow down, thou blessed cherry tree, that my mother may have some. Bow down, thou blessed cherry tree, that my mother may have some." Then the very top branches bowed down to her knee. "Now you can see, Joseph, there are cherries for me. Now you can see, Joseph, there are cherries for me."
Thanks, Martin. Ever a stickler for exactitude in the timing of songs. I like to see it. Okay, thank you for that. Over now to Jeanne and Phil, and after they have performed, could we have Graeme Baldwin, please?
Yep. Last Sunday commemorated the Normandy landings, and although this milestone was not written specifically for that invasion, we felt that the forebodings in the minds of the squaddies could well have been in the minds of the 1944 soldiers. It's called The Shores of Old Blighty.
The shores of Old Blighty we're leaving behind. The dim lights of Harwich are fading away. When we get to Germany, how will we find life on servicemen's pay? There's 200 soldiers asleep down below, all dressed in their uniforms brown, found out on the sea on an overnight trip, serving their shores of old Blighty we're leaving behind. The dim lights of Harwich are fading away. When we get to Germany, how will we find life on a serviceman's pay? There's 200 soldiers, but barely 18, with numbers instead of their names, thinking they'll never see England again, and each man is thinking the same. The shores of old Blighty we're leaving behind. The dim lights of Harwich are fading away. When we get to Germany, how will we find life on a serviceman's pay? They spend a short night in their hammocks below, till the sergeantine wakes them at dawn. Then the dark Hook of Holland looms out in the mist, and down on the quay they must form. The shores of old Blighty we're leaving behind. The dim lights of Harwich are fading away. When we get to Germany, how will we find life on a serviceman's pay? Sergeant, life on a serviceman's pay.
Lovely stuff. Always good to hear people singing together in these times, particularly. Okay, over now to Graeme Baldwin, followed by Tara.
Well, hello everybody, and of course we're in June now, and officially, I think astronomically, summer starts on the 20th, but meteorologically it starts on June the 1st. So here's a summer song, or a welcome summer song, from the 13th century. And I'm going to try and sing it in the Wessex dialect of Middle English. And you'll probably not be surprised to know that I've no idea what I'm actually saying, but I have a translation for you. And it's called the Summer Canon, or the Cuckoo song. Summer has arrived, loudly sing cuckoo. Seeds grow and meadows bloom, and the forest springs anew, sing cuckoo. The ewe is bleating after the lamb, the cow lows after the calf, the bullock jumps, the stag cavorts, merrily sing cuckoo. Cuckoo, cuckoo, well you sing cuckoo, now will you ever stop now? Nor will you ever stop now, rather. And if you want to jig about to this, you can do. It's a nice dance song. Summer is a-comin' in, louder sing cuckoo. Grow with seed and blow with mead and spring the wood anew. Sing cuckoo, you with wheat at after lamb or after caribou. Bullock start with buck the fart and berry sing cuckoo. Cuckoo, cuckoo, well sing thou cuckoo, no swicker than thou do. louder, sing cuckoo. Row with seed and row with me, string the wood anew. Sing cuckoo, you with fleet if after lamb or after cavacoo. Bullet started, back a fart at Mary, sing cuckoo. Cuckoo, cuckoo, I'll sing that cuckoo, no slicker than now or new. There you go.
Well, I understood all the cuckoo words. I'm not sure about the rest, but yeah, definitely cuckoo stuff going on. All right, thanks, Graeme, for that, and good bit of dancing there in the background. Okay, Tara now, followed by Paul Steele and Helen Martins.
Hi. Yeah. Do you remember? Because I used to sing "Summer Is Icumen In" because I knew the tune really well and I couldn't work out why. And then I remembered when I rewatched Bagpuss. We will wash it, we will scrub it, we will polish it. Anyway, it was the little mice that would sing that in Bagpuss with the tune of "Summer Is Icumen In." So there you go. I don't know whether to sing a depressingly awful, miserable ballad or to sing a happy, bouncy little silly song. And because it's me, I'm going to go for silly. But I think you knew that already, huh? So here we go. So we're going to do this one. I haven't sung it for ages. And see if I can remember it all. We'll see what I can do. I've been trying to remember it as I've been sitting here. Come all ye young lads and young lasses who hanker to work on a farm, but be careful when choosing your master, it might serve for to keep you from harm. I was only a poor wee young fellow, aged about 17, when I hired myself to a farmer at the horse fair in Ballinus Green. Well, the farm, it was way up the mountain, and it's all only heather and bog, and me job, well, I got to look after his donkey, his goat, and his dog. His old mother, she'd sit by the fire, for the rain, it came down in her bed, and when I got up every morning, she'd be sitting there nodding her head. He had 3 old hens and a rooster. One day they all died in the coop. Well, he plucked 'em and boiled 'em and salted 'em, and we lived for a month on the soup. Well, look, no, it never comes single, for the next day the nanny goat died. Well, he skinned her and boiled her and salted her, and made himself shoes from the hide. 'Twas then poor old Neddy the donkey broke his hind leg and suffered great pain. Well, he shot him and skinned him and boiled him and called for the salt once again. I thought now his mind was affected, and myself I was going insane, for when poor Fido died of distemper, he called for the salt once again. When I saw what had happened to Fido, I couldn't sleep thinking that night, and so when I got up the next morning, I got the most horrible fright. His old mother was dead by the fire. When I ran for the door, he cried, "Halt! Where are you going so early? Come back here and help me to salt." Well, I took to my heels like a rocket. I ran down the hill like a hare. I never stopped running for a fortnight, and I've never gone back to a fair.
Great stuff, Tara. Hey.
Oh, again, all the vegans are evacuating, but good fun, Tara. Thanks. Okay.
Always nice to have a bit of boiled goat.
Okay, Paul and Helen next, and then we're going to have another duo in the form of Wendy and Deirdre.
Yeah, it'll actually just be me because the vegan has deserted us. As has already been pointed out, then Sunday was the 77th anniversary of D-Day. So.
in the cold grey light of the 6th of June in the year of 44. The Empire Lark sailed out from Poole and joined with thousands more. The greatest fleet the world had seen, we sailed in close array, and we set a course for Normandy at the dawning of the day. There was not one man in all our crew but knew what lay in store, for we had waited for that day through 5 long years of war. We knew that many would not return, but all our hearts were true, for we were bound for Normandy, where we had a job to do. Now the Empire Lark was a deep sea tug with a crew of 33, and I was just a galley boy on my first trip to sea. I little thought when I left home of the dreadful sights I'd see, but I came to manhood on the day that I first saw Normandy. At our romance off the beach of gold, beneath the rocket's deadly glare, we towed our blockshins to place and we built a harbour there. Neath shot and shell we built it well, as history does agree, while brave men died in the swirling tide on the shores of Normandy. At the Rodney and the Nelson, there were ships of great renown, but rescue tugs all did their share, as many a ship went down. We ran our pontoons to the shore within the mulberry's lee, and we made safe berth for the tanks and guns that would set all Europe free. For every hero's name that's known, 1,000 died as well. On stakes and wires their bodies hung, rocked in the ocean swell. And many a mother wept that day for the sons they loved so well. Men that cracked a joke and catch the smoke as they storm the gates of hell. years pass by, I can still recall the men I saw that day who died upon the blood-soaked sand where now sweet children play. And those of you who were unborn, who've lived in liberty, remember those who made it so on the shores of Normandy.
Really good, Paul. Really good.
Well done.
Yeah, great stuff, Paul. Thank you for that. Okay, now it's over to Wendy and Deirdre, and I have to do something special with the technology. So
Oh my God.
there's one,
Oh,
there's
no.
one, and
Oh,
just
Lord.
you wait, hang on, where is she? Where's right? Deirdre told me how to do this. Hopefully, oh yes, look at
Oh my
that.
God, Deirdre, this is your fault.
All right.
Okay, so we've been having wonderful transatlantic chats and bonded over our love of country music. So this is another Patsy Cline, and because we always love a sad song, this is a sad one. Okay. I fall to pieces each time I see you again. I fall to pieces. How can I be just your friend?
You want me to act like we've never kissed. You want me to forget, pretend we've never met.
And I've tried, but I haven't yet. You walk by and I fall to pieces.
I fall to pieces each time someone speaks your name. I fall to pieces. Time only adds to the flame.
You tell me to find someone else to love, someone who'll love me too, the way you used to do.
But each time I go out with someone new, you walk by and I fall to pieces.
You walk by and I fall to pieces. Yay!
Really good, both of you. Great.
Lovely work.
Excellent.
Great stuff.
Wonderful.
Lovely stuff. Yeah, great. Thank you. And it wasn't quite like hearing people sing at the same time, but still good enough. Okay, let's see now. Jim Lucas, I forgot to give you warning, but I did say in the chat, so hopefully you got that. So it'll be Jim followed by Mike Click. Hopefully it'll be Jim. Are you there? Oh, can anyone see Jim Lucas?
He's there, but he's muted.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I unmuted myself. Now I'm unmuted again. Okay. I'm up here in Sweden instead of back home in Denmark, so I don't have neighbors who complain about the noise. So I thought I would do another sea shanty, and but I was missing the I thought I'd be missing the harmony of people singing along, and then I had an idea, and I'm going to try something that I have never done before, which I just experimented with this afternoon. Let's see if I'm in the right key. Oh, oh, the Alabama's keel was laid. Roll, Alabama, roll. It was laid in the town of Birkenhead. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. Yes, it was laid in the town of Birkenhead. Roll, Alabama, roll. It was laid in the yard of Jonathan Laird. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. In the year of 1861, roll, Alabama, roll. The Alabama's keel, it was begun. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. Then in 1862, roll, Alabama, roll. Down the way she sailed with her first crew. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. To the Western Isles she sailed then. Roll, Alabama, roll. To be fitted out with British guns and men. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. Then the Alabama she sailed forth. Roll, Alabama, roll. To destroy the shipping of the North. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. Well, in Cherbourg Port one day she did lie. Roll, Alabama, roll. 'Twas for repairs and for taking on supplies. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. And when the Yankee Kearsarge hove in view, roll, Alabama, roll. The Alabama into battle flew. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. But a shot from the forward pivot that day. Roll, Alabama, roll. Blew the Alabama's anchor away. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll. And in 1864, roll, Alabama, roll. The Alabama ocean floor. Oh, roll, Alabama, roll.
Wow.
Easy. Easy.
Done with gusto, Jim, and I can see why you don't want to sing after 9 when you do have neighbours, or because they'd be joining in too. Okay, let's see. So it's Mike Glick next. Hopefully the thunderstorm will not disturb you. And following after Mike. Sorry, Mike. Just a second. After Mike, could we have Alison Frosdick to close the first half before we have a short break? Over to you, Mike.
All right. So I had some other idea of what I was going to do, and then I came in, and people were talking about the blues, Reverend Gary Davis and John Hurt. So I figured, well, let me do one of mine, even though I feel like a duck out of water here, extending the animal references, because almost everything is, or a lot of stuff has been a cappella and very little guitar, but I'll give it a spin. Anyway, I wrote this one, and I wrote it kind of to, the whole song is a setup for one of the lines that ends the song. Can you hear me okay? Now folks used to ask me why I didn't sing the blues. Couldn't bring myself to try it, I didn't have a clue. No, I just didn't feel it, no way. I didn't have no rich relations and no specially good news. Can't say I hadn't suffered, but I owed a lot of dues. I felt I hadn't earned the right to sing the blues. Now it could take a lifetime, or you might feel it when you're born. You will drink it with your mama's milk and feel it when she tries to keep you warm. Now you could act like you know it and put on your airs, but all you're gonna prove is you're a long way from repair. You can bear your soul, but what have you got to bear? When you suffer long and feel it so deep, your heart's one throbbing muscle and your whole body weeps, if you know what I mean. This won't come as news. It will wash you clean when you say it with the blues. Now usually my son fills in some guitar, but I'll see what I can do here. Whoa, 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 don't, whoa. Shabba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. We are you. Well, now I tried to get those licks down, but the music, it would not weep until it came out honestly, and it came from way down deep. Now you could throw it off and go about your day. It may even seem like the blues have up and gone away, but there are some things that you can never lose. It will start with an ocean, then comes the memories, like a river overflowing, uprooting all the trees. It will make you an offer that you can't refuse. When you earn the right to sing the blues.
Hey.
Thank you, Mike. Good to see you, and don't worry about being a duck out of water. We like ducks, whether they're in water or not. So, great stuff. Okay, Alison, you are our next singer, and after Alison, we will take a short break and some parish notices. So, Alison, over to you.
Thank you. I think this ballad is a salutary tale on, if you lose your temper, it's probably better to go for a walk. There was a king, and a glorious king, a king of noble fame, and he had daughters, only one. Lady Diamond was her name. He had a boy, a kitchen boy, a boy of muckle scorn. She loved him long, she loved him aye, till the grass all grew the corn. When 20 weeks were gone and past, oh, she began to weep, for her petticoats grew short before, and her stays they would not meet. It fell upon a winter's night, the king could get no rest, so he came unto his daughter dear, just like some wandering ghost. He came into her bedchamber, pulled back the curtains long. What troubles you, my daughter dear? I fear you've gotten wrong. Oh, if I have, despise me not, for he is all my joy. I will forsake both dukes and earls, and marry your kitchen boy. Bring to me my merry men all, by 30 and by 3, and bring to me my kitchen boy. We'll murder him secretly. There was not a sound into the hall, and ne'er a word was said, until they got him safe and sure between two feather beds, cut his heart from out of his breast, and put it in a cup of gold, and present it to his Diamond dear, for she was both stout and bold. So they cut his heart from out of his breast, and put it in a cup of gold, and presented it to his Diamond dear, for she was both stout and bold. Come to me, my hinny, my heart, oh, come to me, my joy. Oh, come to me, my hinny, my heart, my father's kitchen boy. She took the cup from out of their hands, and set it at her bed head. She washed it with tears that fell from her eyes,
Next morning she was dead. Oh, where were you, my merry men all, that I give meat and wage, that you did not stay my cruel hand when I was in a rage? For gone is all my heart's delight, and gone is all my joy. For my dear Diamond, she is dead, likewise my kitchen boy.
Oh, yes.
Well sung, Alison.
Good one.
Fabulous.
Excellent.
I tell you, lads and lasses, I'm frightened for me life. For by this time tomorrow I'll be wedded to a wife. She's a bit high. She's an agricultural Irish girl who's twice the size of me. And to tell the truth, I'm worried what the consequence will be. For she's a fine, big woman. She's one you couldn't tame. And early in the morning she'll possess me name. I feel so dreadful nervous, I don't know what to do. For tomorrow I'll be buckled under 12 stone 2. She sat me down upon a bench and she sat on me knee. Imagine 12 stone 2 on a little chap like me. She did all the courting, I didn't have much to say. And I could help it, so lamb, I gave myself away. For she's a fine, big woman, she's one you couldn't tame. And early in the morning she'll possess me name. I feel so dreadful nervous, I don't know what to do. For tomorrow I'll be buckled under 12 stone 2. I'd like to call the old thing off, but that would never do. Me life would not be worth a groat between myself and you. I don't think that she put me through a breach of promise case. But with her 2 big fish, she put the breeches in me face. 'Cause she's a fine, big woman, she's one you couldn't tame. And early in the morning she'll possess me name. I feel so dreadful nervous, I don't know what to do. For tomorrow I'll be buckled under 12 stone 2. Tomorrow I'll be buckled under 12 stone 2. Got the K a bit wrong there, but don't worry.
Sounded fine, Dave. Sounded great.
Oh dear.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're sizeless, Dave, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, it is time now for Paddy, and after Paddy, could we hear from Paul Carter, please? Paddy, can you unmute?
Thank you. I was about to say I'm not self-identifying. I'm using the wife's computer. A namesake of mine, Paddy Roberts, although he was born in South Africa, was prominent in 1950s and 1960s in London as a songwriter. He wrote Softly Softly for people like Ruby Murray, but he also wrote a lot of songs about London, and I think he nailed something about London in those days, and this is one of his. I fell in love with a fair young maid, where in Camden did reside, and I did live in Shoreditch, which was a 1 and 4 ride. But there was a fly in the ointment, which you very soon will perceive. Although I loved her oh so well, she loved a Portuguese. I saw them out together, and I opened my mouth to speak. But when I saw what they was a-doing, I shut my mouth up quick, for there they was a-sitting, a-laughing and holding hands, and he was a-seducing her with pints of baby sham. He was a nasty piece of work, Gonzales was his name, and there he was a-trifling with the honour of my dame. So I resolved to kill him, though I knew it was a sin, 'cause I didn't like Portuguese in general, and in particular I didn't like him. So I followed him to his lodgings in Millwall or thereabouts, and I followed him up an alley, and I turned him inside out. I muttered jealous oaths and things as I bashed him black around bluer. Then I lifted up a manhole cover and I bunged him down a sewer. Now, when she found out what I'd done, she made my poor life hell. So just for the sake of some peace and quiet, I done her in as well. And now I'm up before the beak to answer for me crime. He says, I didn't like what you done first off, my son, but I'll forgive you the second time. Now, love and jealousy are dangerous passions. I should never have intermixed them. But I am so much wiser now as I languish here in Brixton. For love, all for the love of a fair young maid, what in Camden did reside. Yes, it's all for the love of a fair young maid. I got 35 years inside. Sung.
Thanks, Paddy. Some strange sound effects coming from your wife's computer, I have to say. So, but it came over nevertheless. Okay, Pal, it's you next, followed by Tom Reed.
I shall dedicate this to Mike Norris in his absence because he likes it, but you're not going to hear it. Oh, hark, the drums do beat, my love. No longer can we stay. The bugle horns are sounding clear, and we must march away. We are ordered down to Portsmouth, and it's many's the weary mile to join the British Army on the banks of the Nile. Oh, Willie, dearest Willie, don't leave me here to mourn. Don't make me curse and rue the day that ever I was born. For the parting of our love would be like parting with my life. So stay at home, my dearest love, and I will be your wife. Oh, my Nancy, dearest Nancy, sure that will never do. The government has ordered, and we are bound to go. The government has ordered, and the Queen she gives command, and I am bound on oath, my love, to serve in a foreign land. Oh, but I'll cut off my yellow hair, and I'll go along with you. I'll dress myself in uniform, and I'll see Egypt too. I'll march beneath your banner, while fortune it do smile. on the banks of the Nile. But your waist, it is too slender, and your fingers, they are too small. The sultry sons of Egypt your rosy cheeks would spoil, where the cannons they do rattle, and the bullets they do fly, and the silver trumpets sound so loud to hide the dismal cries. Oh, cursed be those cruel wars that ever they began, for they have robbed our country of many's the handsome man. They have robbed us of our sweethearts, while their bodies they feed the lions on the dry and sandy deserts, which are the banks of the Nile.
Whoa, magic. Magic.
Great stuff, pal. That's one of my favourites, I think. Okay, Tom read now, followed by Gwyneth Try.
Thank you, Amanda. Not easy to follow, pal. Right up until about 1970, the Australian government had a policy of raiding Aboriginal camps, usually at dawn, and forcibly removing mixed-race babies to be brought up in orphanages. So I was out in the middle of Australia and I ran into a man who wrote this song and I stole it. As a young preacher, I used to ride my quiet pony round the countryside. In a native camp, I'll never forget a young black mother, her cheeks all wet. Yowie, yowie, my brown skin baby, they take him away. Between her sobs, I heard her say, policeman, take my baby away. From white man boss, that baby I had, why he let them make me so sad. Yowie, yowie, my brown skin baby, they take him away. To a mission home, my baby he came, with new clothes on and a new name. Day and night that baby he say, mommy, oh mommy, why they take me away. Yowie, yowie, my brown skin baby, they take him away. The boy grew up and he had to go far from the mission home that he loved so, to find his mother he tried in vain. Upon this earth they never met again. Yahweh, Yahweh, my brown skin baby, they take him away. Munten ata polka no muranangyanka, kaya pitala katingu, mura paradi molapa, chichi abakatanayan kuya katingu. Waratu, Waratu, chichi abakatanayan kuya katingu. Yahweh, Yahweh, my brown skin baby, they take him away. Bob Randall.
Wow. Great stuff. Oh. Wow.
Thanks, Tom. That's serious stuff, really, isn't it? That's well conveyed. Okay, it's Gwyneth Try next, and then could we hear from Marty Stock, please?
Hi, I'm going to do Admiral Benbow. Come all you seamen bold, and draw near, come all you seamen bold, and draw near. It's of an admiral's fame, oh brave Benbow was his name, how he fought all on the main, you shall hear, you shall hear. Brave Benbow, he set sail for to fight, for to fight. Brave Benbow, he set sail for to fight. Brave Benbow, he set sail with a fine and pleasant gale, but his captains they turned tail in a fright, in a fright. Says Kirby unto Wade, we will run. Says Kirby unto Wade, we will run. For I you no disgrace, nor the losing of my place, but the enemy I won't face, nor his guns, nor his guns. The Ruby and Benbow fought the French, fought the French. The Ruby and Benbow fought the French. They fought them up and down, till the blood came trickling down, till the blood came trickling down, where they lay, where they lay. Brave Benbow lost his legs by chain shot, by chain shot. Brave Benbow lost his legs by chain shot. Brave Benbow lost his legs, and on his stumps he begs, fight on, my English lads, 'tis our lot, 'tis our lot. The surgeon dressed his wounds, cries Benbow, cries Benbow. The surgeon dressed his wounds, cries Benbow. Let a cradle now in haste
the enemy I may face till I die, till I die. 'Twas on Tuesday morning last, Benbow died, Benbow died. 'Twas on Tuesday morning last, Benbow died. 'Twas a shocking sight, Admiral Benbow carried away. He was buried in Kingston Church, there he lay, there he lay. Thanks.
Excellent.
What was the name of that?
Can you put it in the chat, Gwyneth? Yeah, of course you'll be doing that anyway. Brilliant. Okay, so thank you, Gwyneth, and it's over now to Marty Stock, and I'll sing after Marty.
I have. Let me know if there's crackling. I hope not. This is a simple song, but very effective in a way. Probably has a Caribbean origin. Deep Blue Sea. Deep blue sea, Willie, deep blue sea. Deep blue sea, Willie, deep blue sea. Deep blue sea, Willie, deep blue sea. It was Willie what got drowned in the deep blue sea. So his shroud with a silken thread, so his shroud with a silken thread, so his shroud with a silken thread. It was Willie what got drowned in the deep blue sea. Dig his grave with a silver spade. Dig his grave with a silver spade. Dig his grave with a silver spade. It was Willie what got drowned in the deep blue sea. And lower him down on a golden chain. Lower him down on a golden chain. Lower him down on a golden chain. It was Willie what got drowned in the deep blue sea. Deep blue sea, Willie, deep blue sea. Deep blue sea, Willie, deep blue sea. Deep blue sea, Willie, deep blue sea. It was Willie what got drowned in the deep blue sea.
One last.
Thanks very much, Marty. Lovely stuff. So I'm going to sing next, followed by Dave Clare, please. And song I'm going to sing is by Stephen Clark. It's something that he wrote for the new Glaswegians, as he called them. And it has a chorus, and there's a line in the chorus, "O Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home," which means, it's basically, "O Jock Tamson's bairns" is a Scottish expression meaning that we're all one human family. So kind of everyone and anyone. Put a light in the window, your brother's coming home. Set a meal on the table, your brother's coming home. You'll be tired and weary after all those years alone. He's coming home, your brother's coming home. Take the chain from the door, your sister's coming home. Open wide your arms, your sister's coming home. Don't leave her standing there after all the pain she's known. She's coming home, your sister's coming home. Coming home to a place they've never been. Coming home to a land they've never seen. Coming home to a family they have never known. Oh, Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home. He's been angry and afraid. Your father's coming home. He's been hounded and betrayed. Your father's coming home, and for every act of kindness a seed of hope is sown. He's coming home, your father's coming home. Coming home to a place they've never been. Coming home to a land they've never seen. Coming home to a family they have never known. Oh, Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home. Bring her in from the cold. Your mother's coming home. Sit her down by the fire. Your mother's coming home. Make her warm, make her welcome before the chance is gone. She's coming home. Your mother's coming home. Coming home to a place they've never been. Coming home to a land they've never seen. Coming home to a family they have never known. Oh, Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home. From Iraq and Somalia, your family's coming home. From Afghanistan and Syria, your family's coming home. Seeking rest and refuge that they have never known. They're coming home, your family's coming home. Coming home to a place they've never been. Coming home to a land they've never seen. Coming home to a family they have never known. Oh, Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home.
Oh.
Thanks very much. Okay, now I've lost track of where I am. Yes, Dave Clare is our next singer, followed by Jeanne W., please.
A great song. Brilliant, Amanda. Love that. I was actually playing along to it. Good for harmonies. I'm a bit nervous about this because my daughter, who's a bit of a force of nature, came round with her friend who produced an Afrobeat song that Cassie did the video for, and he set me up with all this paraphernalia, but I've not a bloody clue what I'm doing. So if it's crap, just tell me and I'll stop and I'll just sing a cappella. This is the a song I first heard by Bruce singing of Bruce Molsky, the Wreck of the Dandenong. Oh, wild and furious blew the blast, and there's clouds with anger frown, when the Dandenong from Melbourne came to Newcastle's port was bound, with 83 brave souls on board. Through the storm she cleaved her way, sad to relate the terrible fate. It was just off Jervis Bay, and I dream of you. I dream of sleep, I dream of coming home, and pray the sea will leave me be, to see another morn. While plowing through the briny ways, the propelling shaft gave way, and the waters they came rushing in, which filled us with dismay. All hands on board did all they could, till at length all hope was gone, and they hoisted a signal of distress on board the Dandenong, and I dream of you. I dream of sleep, I dream of being warm, and pray the sea will leave me be, to see another dawn. Well, it wasn't long before a bark with a brisk and lively crew came bearing down, and the captain cried, we'll see what we can do. Came bearing down with might and main, despite the wind and storm, and did all they could, as sailors would, those precious lives to save. And I dream of you, I dream of sleep, I dream of being warm, and pray the sea will leave me be, to see another dawn. Well, some on boards they try to reach a brisk and lively bark, and numbers of their lives were saved, but the night came on full down. What mortal men then could do more, when the storm increased on strong, and the rest now sleep in the briny deep, on board the Dandenong, and I dream of you. I dream of sleep, I dream of being warm, and pray the sea will leave me be to see another dawn. So God bless Captain Walker and God bless his gallant men. On land or sea, where'er they be, may they never want for friends. And those who left of home bereft, and still mourn the ones who are gone, may they find relief from the terrible grief of the wreck of the Dandenong. And I dream of you, I dream of sleep, I dream of coming home. But a mile of water buries me, goes to Dandenong.
Really good, really.
Couldn't hear a thing, Dave. We were just being polite. No, that was lovely. I think the sound is sorted. Great stuff. Okay, Jeanne, I don't think we've seen you for a while, so welcome back and looking forward to hearing you sing. Jeanne will be followed by James Eagle, please. Don't forget to unmute though.
Thank you. It's nice to be back. Sorry I've had to miss a few. This one is called Roses. Sunday afternoon, drive out in the car, backseat of our classic, not very far. Water tower, open fields, Bromston Road and Rose Farm. Memories in acres of roses, roses of red for the Valentine dance. Town girls and pilers up for the chance, leaving for dreamland and whirlwind romance. Who remembers the roses? Row upon row of beautiful roses. Who remembers that enchanting perfume? Do you recall those wide open fields? I remember the roses, roses of pink for debs and bridesmaids, bouquets of honour tied up with braids, innocence blooming with the decades, memories in acres of roses, roses of white with petals so fine, promises constant, true as a sign, hoping once more for peace in our time. Who remembers the roses? Row upon row of beautiful roses. Who remembers that enchanting perfume? Do you recall those wide open fields? I remember the roses, roses of gold at the dawn of the day. Celebrate all the years on the way, past, present and future, Come what may, memories in acres of roses, roses in lines, red, white, and gold, row upon row, a delight to behold. There's a water tower still in Rumfield's Road. Who remembers the roses? Row upon row of beautiful roses. Who remembers that enchanting perfume? Do you recall those wide open fields? I remember the roses. Oh yes, I remember the roses.
Thanks, Jean. A good choice of song for Rose season. So thank you. Okay, over now to James Eagle and Sheila Miller. Could you follow James, please?
Righto, here's one from Tyneside about a real notorious figure called Captain Bover. His press gang was the terror of the city. Molly's lad's a keelman, he's also a freeman. He works on the river from bridge to the bar. Lucky was the day when her lad sailed away, for in came Bover with his man of war. Where have you been, my bonny hinny-o? Where have you been, my bonny lad? I have been nor'ard and sailing back and for'ard, and I cannot come in for Bover and his gang. When the news it went out that Bover was coming, all the lads on shore went running for to hide, for they knew full well to the press gang they'd fall, and be on board a ship at the turning of the tide. Where have you been, my bonny hinny-o? Where have you been, my bonny lad? I have been nor'ard and sailing back and for'ard, and I cannot come in for Bover and his gang. 30 men and boys, they were rounded up quickly. They were chained on the deck till they were out at sea. All the wives they were crying, and the mothers they were dying, to think their poor laddies ne'er more would they see. Where have you been, my bonny hinny-o? Where have you been, my bonny lad? I have been nor'ard and sailing back and for'ard, and I cannot come in for Bover and his gang. On the quayside there standing, young Molly is sighing, to think her poor laddie ne'er more would she see. But off the Shield's bar she saw his ship coming, coming back home, her hinny for she. Where have you been, my bonny hinny-o? Where have you been, my bonny lad? I have been nor'ard and sailing back and for'ard, and I cannot come in for Bover and his gang. Where have you been, my bonny hinny-o? Where have you been, my bonny lad? I have been nor'ard and sailing back and for'ard, and I cannot come in for Bover and his gang.
Thanks, James. Nicely done. Lots of nautical themes tonight, so that was another one. And now it's over to Sheila Miller, followed by Simon Prager.
Unmute first.
Not exactly calendrically consistent, Kathy. 10 days too early. But I shan't be here next Tuesday unless the play that I'm meant to go and see with a friend is postponed again because of another COVID alert. I seem to be permanently hoarse these days, so I hope I can get up to the notes in this. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, you people who... Oh, that's not the right tune. Ha! Sorry. All you people who live at home easy, away from the trials of war, never knowing the dangers of battle, but safe with your families secure. Know you the long scythe of destruction has been sweeping the nation around, and it never once cut with the keenness that it did on the 18th of June. And what a sad heart had poor Bonnie to take up instead of a crown. A canter from Brussels to Paris, lamenting the 18th of June. Oh, it started at 5 in the morning and lasted till 7 at night. All the people stood around in amazement, for they never had seen such a sight. For the thunder of 5,000 cannons proclaimed that the battle was won, and the moon in the sky overshone all, recording the 18th of June. And what a sad heart had poor Bonnie to take up instead of a crown. A canter from Brussels to Paris, lamenting the 18th of June. All you maidens with sweethearts out yonder, go gaily and buy a black gown. 10,000 to 1 will I lay thee, that he fell on the 18th of June. 60,000 stout-hearted, brave mortals that fell made an awful poltroon, and there's many a sad heart will remember with sorrow the 18th of June. And what a sad heart had poor Bonnie to take up instead of a crown. A canter from Brussels to Paris, lamenting the 18th of June.
Good song, Sheila, and we'll forgive you the calendrical slight inconsistency, but we won't forgive you for leaving us on a Tuesday to go to the theatre next week. So anyway, okay, it's time for Simon now, and after Simon, could we have Elizabeth Block?
Yeah, this is a song, actually Powell, 2 weeks ago, Powell asked me if I knew this song, and I knew it, but I'd never played it. Can you hear me? Yeah. I'd never played it, so I've been working on it. I don't get many requests. Actually, I don't get any requests. So this was as close as you get. This was actually written by one of Memphis Minnie's husbands, a chap called Kansas Joe McCoy, who was a great singer and writer. And he had Memphis Minnie, who's a wonderful guitarist, played second guitar on it. If you look it up on YouTube, you will find it was actually written by Memphis Minnie, who didn't write it, plus 4 members of Led Zeppelin, who managed the impossible feat of writing a song which was released 15 years before any of them were born. Such is life. This is dedicated to all the people who are facing thunderstorms at the moment. It's about the flooding of the Mississippi in 1927. It's called When the Levee Breaks, and I've recorded a part accompaniment for it. So it's 2 guitars you're getting now. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. And the water gonna come, we'll have no place to stay. Oh, all last night I sat on the levee and moaned. All last night sat on the levee and moaned, thinking about my baby and my happy home. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. And all of the people will have no place to stay. Now look here, mama, what am I going to do? Look here, mama, what am I going to do? I ain't got nobody to tell my troubles to. I work on the levee, mama, both night and day. Work on the levee, mama, both night and day. I ain't got nobody, keep that water away. Well, crying won't help you, praying won't do no good. Oh, crying won't help you, praying won't do no good. When that levee breaks, mama, you got to move. I work on the levee, mama, both night and day. Work on the levee, mama, both night and day. Gotta work so hard to keep that water away. Now I had a woman, she wouldn't do for me. Fool. I had a woman, she wouldn't do for me. But I'm going back to my used to be. Oh, that mean old levee caused me to weep and moan. Mean old levee caused me to weep and moan. Got to leave my baby and my happy home.
Okay. Wonderful.
Excellent.
Great stuff, Simon, and cheered us all up after a considerable amount of misery this evening, but that doesn't mean that we don't want more misery. So anyway, time for Elizabeth, followed by Kathy Dent.
We had the Cherry Tree Carol a while back. This is a version of it written by a friend of mine, Howard Kaplan. He calls it Where Have All the Cherries Gone? When Joseph was old and his beard had gone grey, his wife, the young Mary, was heavy with child. As they walked in the Galilee hillside one day, they came on an orchard abandoned and wild. I think we should rest for a while, said Mary. The sun is so hot and the wind is so strong. An apple, perhaps, or a handful of cherries would make the home journey seem not quite so long. As she rested quietly, Joseph inspected the trees of the orchard and brought this report. The low wood is tangled and badly neglected. The fruit all grows high, where to reach we're too short. At this Mary saddened, the news did not please her. What misfortune befell him whose orchard's unpruned? Said Joseph, he's bearing a sword for Caesar. He's paid well in gold, but his orchard is ruined. Then up spoke young Jesus, who had not been born, and quoted Isaiah, then dead many years. Beat swords into plowshares and tend to your corn, and fashion sharp pruning hooks out of your spears. If you would have cherries to eat out of hand, if you would have apples to press for wassail, remember the words of these two prophets and the moral you'll find in this cherry tree tale.
Thanks, Ella. Thanks very much for that. Yeah, we've had the same story twice, but totally different this evening. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, over now to Kathy Dent, followed by Declan Coyne.
Okay, not strictly nautical, but allied, because this is the sort of shanty. I like to think that this was the inspiration for Cyril Tawney's nautical songs. I work my shift day after day, so thermal undies all in grey, perhaps pyjamas now and then, but it's always back to kecks again. It's one more day on the grey flannel line. Don't mind the grain or an open seam. A button fly never worries me, but the dullest time in a boring day is to watch the knickers as they roll away. It's one more day on the grey flannel line. No silks or satins do I sew, them pants and vests, they come and go, even when the corsets roll on by. It's all so boring, I could cry. Just one more stay on the grey flannel line. Oh Lord, if dreams were only real, I'd lay my hands on some satin teal and make racy shreds to help me score and work grey flannel line no more, and work the grey flannel line no more.
Hey.
Kathy, I don't know what to say. Sung with such poignancy and understated intensity. It brought a tear to my eye, it really did. Okay, great stuff. We have 3 singers left this evening. They will be in this order: Declan Coyne, Sadie Damascus and Rory Grieg, and that should take us nicely up to 11 o'clock or thereabouts. So over to you, Declan.
Oh, he started out with a few very amusing songs, funny songs, and I was hoping to keep in that vein, but no matter. I'm in a funny mood myself tonight. We had a very wet and windy May here in Ireland, and I had a job to do outside one day, and I made several attempts to go out to do it, and every time I stuck my nose outside the door, it started to rain. And when I come back in again, it would stop. So these few lines sprung at me, and I'm sorry to inflict them on you, but I'm going to give it a go. 'Twas one depressing damp old day in the wet and windy month of May. I said I was looking out the window through the raindrops on the pane. Then the sun broke through above me brow. I thought, begobs, 'tis clear now. So I went to put me boots on and I headed down the lane. I must have walked about a mile until I reached the fairy stile. I took out my clay pipe and I rested me old bones. Then a vision came before me sight. Begobs, you know, I got it right. There stood a pretty fair maid, and her name was Polly Jones. Says she to me, I like your smile. Begobs, says I like your style. Come sit yourself beside me, and we'll talk of this and that. We talked the weather and the bog. She took a liking to me dog. So we walked a little further until we ran out of chats. I took me fiddle from me sack. I played a tune, I put it back. She said she didn't like it and she grabbed me by the arm. 'Twas then I thought me race was run, and with her I'd have no more fun. But she threw her arms around me and says she, come see me farm. So we rambled on without delay. We stopped a while to have some play. She slipped off her woolen shawl and she spread it neat and tight. Begobs, me heart was beating fast, but all good things they never last. The rain came pelting on the window and I woke up with the fright. That's it.
Never heard that before.
You can blame David Clare for that. We had a conversation about being reluctant to sing our own stuff last week, and that's the first time I ever sang anything that I wrote myself, and that was written in about a half an hour, and so apologies for inflicting it on you.
Yeah, it was great.
So fun stuff, Declan. Thanks for bringing that. So we have just two singers left. I don't think anybody else has sneaked in and unnoticed. So it will be Sadie and Rory to finish the evening. So first of all, Sadie, a big welcome to you. I think this is your first time here and really looking forward to hearing you sing. Don't forget to unmute and fire away. The floor is yours.
There, I got it. Now, this is child ballad number 221. Catherine Jaffrey. Lochnagar came frae the west into the low country, and he's courted Catherine Jaffrey, and stole her heart away. Amy came young Anasdale, came from the north country, and he has gained her father's heart, but and her mother's too. A bridal day it then was set, and the bridal day came on, and who appeared among the guests but Lochnagar himself. A glass was filled of good red wine, well drank between them twa. Says he, I'll drink with you, bridegroom, and sign bound me awa. A few words with your bride's maiden, I hope you'll grant me then. I'm sure before her wedding day I would have gotten 10. Out then spoke the first groomsman, and an angry man was he. Says, I will keep my bonny bride until the sun gae tea. Until the sun gae tea, he said, until the sun gae tea, and deliver her over to her bridegroom, which is my duty today. But he's taken her by the middle so small, and never stopped to call. He's taken her by the milk-white hand, and led her through the hall. He leaned him over his saddle bow, and kissed her cheek and chin, and then he wished them all good night, and hoisted her ahind. He drew a trumpet from his breast, and blew both loud and shrill. 100 well-armed men up came Lochnagar until 100 well-armed men with milk-white steeds and grey, 100 well-armed men upon his wedding day. Horsemen rode and bridesmen ran, and ladies in full speed, but you wouldn't have seen his yellow locks for the dust of his horse's heed. She turned in the saddle bow and addressed her late bridegroom. Says, the compliments I got from you, I'll return them back again. So Catherine Jaffrey was married at morn, and she was married at noon. She was twice married in a day, ere she pulled off her goon.
Lovely.
Well told, Sadie, and well sung. So, yeah, great to have you here and hope you'll join us again. Okay, so it is now in a second time to hand over to Rory to close the evening. Unless he sings a very long song, we'll finish just a few minutes early, but I think we deserve that. We deserve an early night. Just before Rory sings, a reminder for everyone to please put the title of your song in the chat for everyone to see and for David to compile the list. And a big thanks to David for doing that every week for us. I will circulate the latest spreadsheet, the miraculous spreadsheet, the update to that fairly shortly. And what else? Thank you to Livy on the mute button as always. Thank you to absolutely everybody for being here. We've had some fantastic songs this evening. And the last fantastic song is going to be from Rory. So over to you, Rory, to close the evening.
Right, well, it is a fantastic song. Thank you for asking me. I just called in to listen, really, but nice to be given the chance to sing. My excuse for being late is that I have been rehearsing a play based on this song, which is a true story about a little village near. I'm singing from Rout in Lincolnshire, and this is a story about a little village not far from here.
in the village full stop, in the village of Fullstone, in the village of Fullstone, the village hall stands to the memory of those who've gone before, to the sons and the daughters, the fallen of Fullstone, who died in the Second World War. But where's Pennell and Taylor, Whatham and Sheriff, and West Green Mile and I? Yea, they're all in the Great War, the war to end all wars. You won't find their names there inscribed. 10 young men played in the fields of Fullstow. 10 young men played in the fields of green, and though 9 of them died on the field of battle, there's no memorial to be seen. Charles Kerman, a soldier before 1914, recalled to the field to Mong and the Somme, twice wounded in battle and with honours awarded. He knew that he couldn't go on. So Charlie went AWOL, he turned himself in, and he told them of the pains in his head. My nerves are shot to ribbons, I don't know what I'm doing. Still the general sentenced him to death. Then in 1918, the village was told, you may honour your dead, God rest their souls, with a stone to your 9 sons, the fallen of Fullstow, but Kerman's not he on the roll. They said, 10 young men played in our fields of Fullstow, 10 young men played in our field green, and though 9 of them died on the field of battle, all 10 have the right to be seen. It's 80-odd years now and the general's gone. There's a statue of him somewhere, I dare say. The 11th of November 2005 saw Fullstow's first armistice day. 10 young men played in our fields of Fullstow. 10 young men played in our fields of green. All 10 of them died, our brothers in arms, and 10 names are there to be seen. All 10 of them died as brothers in arms, and 10 names are there to be seen. And a Fullstow.
Good song.
Well, thanks very much, Rory. Good luck with the play. I wish we could all see it. Yeah, thanks again to everyone for being here this evening. We'll be here again next week, or for some people, you might be in another room, but you'll still be here. So, yeah, the possibilities are endless. And but this evening is not. And so it's time to say goodnight. See you all soon, I hope. Bye for now.
He sends his regards. He got caught up in the